Acharya Stotra Sotra Shri Shri Madham Skudaminal Ese Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajaga Acharya Stotra Sotra Shri Shri Madham Skudaminal Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Anand Puri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Girandaraj Shrimad Bhagavatam Ki Gaura Nitai Elias Prasad Hindi, Elias Prasad Hindi, Elias Prasad Hindi, Elias Shri Guru or Gauranga, Elias Shri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya, Krishna Namaste Saraswati Gauranga Prajaya, Yevish Vishnu Maya Prasthaya, Satanasti Gauranga. Text 4. Og jeg snakker på engelsk. Amen.
Du må også tale sanskrit, synes du.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottanam.
Naram Chaiva Narottanam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Tato Yamti Raye.
Sodayamudiraye.
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam,
Before reciting the Srimad
our very
Bhagavatam,
means of conquest,
this is our very means of
one
conquest.
should first offer obeisances
We first offer obeisances
to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan,
to the Supreme Personality of Godhead
and
Narayan,
to Nara Narayan Vishnu,
Narayana Rishi,
the Supremest human being,
the supremest human
and
being,
to Mother Saraswati,
Adan to Mother Saraswati,
the Goddess of Learning,
the Goddess of
and
Learning,
unto Srila Vyasadeva the Oracle.
and to Shriyasate the Altar.
Nastavreshva Bhadreshu
Nastapraisva Bhadreshu,
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya,
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke,
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
By regular attendance on classes on the Srimad Bhagavatam
Regular attendance in
Classes
classes
on the Srimad
and
Bhagavatam,
by rendering of service unto the pure devotee,
and by rendering of service unto the pure
all
devotee,
that is troublesome to the heart
all
that is troublesome
troublesome
to
is
the heart,
almost completely destroyed.
is almost completely
And
destroyed.
loving devotional service
And having devotional service
unto the personality of Godhead
unto the personality of
is
God,
praised with transcendental songs.
Those
is
praised
praised and transcendental
Is
song,
established as an irrevocable fact.
is established as an irrevocable fact.
So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Chapter 10, Text 14. Ya Eta Kirtayet
Kirtayet
Mayam Tvaya Gitam Idam Nara Tvam Cha Mam Cha Shmaran Kale Kamabanda Pramuchyate Yaitat Kirtayam Mayam
Yaitat Kirtayam Mayam
Tvaya Gitam Idam Nara
Tvaya Gitam Idam Nara
Tvam Cha Shmaran Kale
Chamam Chasmaram Kale
Kamabanda Pramuchyate
Kamabanda Pramuchyate
Yaitat Kirtayam Mayam
Yaitat Kirtayam Mayam
Tvaya Gitam Idam Nara
Tvaya Gitam Idam Nara
Chamam Chashmaram Kale
Chamam Chasmaram Kale
Kamabanda Pramuchyate.
Kamabanda Pramuchyate.
Please chant.
Ya etat kirtayen mayam.
Yaitat Kirtayam Mayam
Tvaya gitam idam nara.
Tvaya Gitam Idam Nara
Tvam cha mam cha smaram kali.
Tvam Chamam Chasmaram Kale
Karma bandha pramuchyate.
Kamabanda Pramuchyate.
Ya etat kirtayen mayam,
Yaitat Kirtayam Mayam
Tvaya gitam idam nara,
Svaya Gitam Idam Naraha
Svam Chamam Chasmaran Kale
Svam Chamam Chasmaran Kale
Karma Bandhat Pramuchate
Karma Bandha Pramuchate
Yashat Kirtayan Mayam
Yaya Kirtayan Mayam
Tvaya Gitam Idam Naraha
Svaya Gitam Idam Naraha
Mam cha Smaran Kale
Svam Chamam Chasmaran Kale
Karma Bandhat Pramuchate
Karma Bandha Pramuchate
Yashat Kirtayan Mayam Tvaya Gitam Idam Naraha Svam Chamam cha Smaran Kale Karma Bandhat Pramuchate.
We take the word for word translation. Yam.
Ya
Anyone who.
Anyone who
Eta. This activity.
Kirtayat
Chants.
chants
Mayam.
Mayam
Unto me. Svaya. By you. Gitam. Prayers offered.
prayers offered.
Idam.
Idam
This.
Nara
Nara. Human being. Tvam. You. Cha. As well as. Namcha. Me also. Shmaram. Remembering. Kale. In due course of time. Kamabandha. From the bondage of material activities. Pramuchate.
Becomes free.
One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. Prabhu. Here it is stated that anyone who chants and hears about the activities of Prahlad Maharaj and in relation with Prahlad's activities, the activities of Nishingadev, gradually becomes free from all bondage of fruitive activities, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 2:15 and 2:56. Yamhina vyata yakyante purusham purushashava samaduka sukhandiram somari tatvaya kalpate. O best among men, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Dukeshvam nudvignamana sukeshu vigatashpriha vitaragavaya krodana stitadya muni uchate. One who is not disturbed in spite of the threefold miseries, who is not elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady mind. A devotee should not be aggrieved in an awkward position, nor should he feel extraordinarily happy in material opulence. This is the way of expert management of material life. Because the devotee knows how to manage expertly, he is called Jivan Mukta, as Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Vihayasya haredasya kamanamasagira nikilashvatya vastasu Jivan Mukta saudyate. A person acting in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, in the service of Krishna, with his body, mind, intelligence, and works, is a liberated person even within this material world, although he may be engaged in many so-called material activities. Because of constantly engaging in devotional service in any condition of life, a devotee is free from all material bondage. Bhakti punati manishta shvabhakan abhishambhavat. Even one born in a family of meat-eaters is purified if he engages in devotional service. Srila Jiva Goswami cites this verse in logically supporting that anyone who chants about the pure life and activities of Prahlad Maharaj is freed from the reactions of material activities. Om Jnana-Timirandasya Jnana-Shalakaya Chaksuram Viritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Tanyamanopistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Vadati Svapatantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sudadevi Pranami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhyayevacha Patadanam Bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the verse one more time. Yaitat kirtanyam mayam tvaya gitam idam nara Tvam chamam chashmaram kali kamabandha pramudyate. One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the actions of material activities. So, in this chapter, Prahlad, the best among the exalted devotees, this is just after the chapter where Prahlad Maharaj has offered prayers to pacify Lord Nrsimhadev. And after offering these nice prayers, Prahlad Maharaj is granted benediction by Lord Nrsimhadev, that you just ask for me whatever you want. And in reply to that, Prahlad Maharaj, he said, "My dear Lord, I am not a mercantile man. I do not want to engage in business with you. I am simply engaged in your devotional service because it's my natural position. I'm naturally the servant and you're naturally the master. So therefore, I'm not in a position that I should ask anything for you. I should just act in this natural relationship. That's what I want," says Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj, being on this very, very exalted platform as a Jivan Mukta, as a liberated soul, constantly remembering the Lord and pleasing the Lord to such a high extent. The Lord is herein glorifying Prahlad Maharaj and saying that Prahlad Maharaj, you are simply wonderful. So therefore, if anyone remembers your activities and chants these prayers you have offered, they are blessed. They are very, very fortunate. So we can take it directly from Lord Nrsimhadev that he recommends us that we should chant these prayers that you have offered, Prahlad Maharaj has offered. So the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, they are very, very nice. And there are many. So we can go through these, we just went through this chapter, but we can go through it again and we can handpick our favorite verses from memorization. And like by daily reciting these prayers, then we are becoming very fortunate. In due course of time, free from the reactions to all material activities. So Prahlad Maharaj, he has such nice prayers. And actually in this connection, there was a very special prayer by Prahlad Maharaj. This is actually not in the 7th canto, this is in the 5th canto, where there's a section where the residents of Jambudvip, they are offering prayers unto the Lord. And in that connection, Prahlad Maharaj, he has such a nice prayer. It's completely like the same mood as which he gives in these chapters here. He says, Svasyastu Vishvasha, Svasyastu Vishvasha Kalakasitatam Jayantu Bhutani Shivam Vitodiya Manasya Vaparam Vajatta Dosaye Avesyatam Nomati Apyahaituki. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing Bhakti Yoga. For For by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him. So, this is a very, very nice prayer. Sometimes we ask people, they come to the temple and they ask, please pray for my mother, she is in the hospital, or something like that. And also so many times we find ourselves approaching the Lord because we are in material difficulties. We're saying, my dear Lord, please get me out of this misery and give me sense gratification, because I would prefer that. But when we approach the Lord, we might as well do it in this mood. And by this very, very nice, this is just one example of so many nice prayers by Prahlad Maharaj. But in this prayer, he is including his well wishes are including everyone within the universe, within the material existence. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing Bhakti Yoga. For by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him. So if anyone is interested, this is Srimad Bhagavatam, it's the 5th canto, chapter 18, text 9. I was personally recommended by my spiritual master that I should memorize this prayer. He said that every preacher should know this verse. So it's a very nice verse. And actually, it was quite funny when I went through the Srimad Bhagavatam last year. When I was in this section of the prayers of Jambudvip, there was one day where I was reading this daily email which my spiritual master he sends out, and the thought for today, which is a little daily meditation on how to engage nicely in Krishna service. And in this thought for today, he quoted this verse and gave a very nice little purport on it. And I was thinking, that's far out. It's a very, very nice verse, and this is just about the same place I am in my Srimad Bhagavatam reading right now. So I flipped the page and saw the bookmark, and it was on exactly this verse. So I was thinking Krishna was kind of hinting something that actually this is something one should learn and memorize, but I'm so dull I still didn't do it, so I better get to it. And the Lord here, He's confirming, one who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free. And so we can take benefit. And by bathing our intelligence daily in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, then we can come to a very, very nice standard of living, where we are not so much absorbed in our worries. We worry about so many things, about our health, and we worry about the future, and we worry about this and that and the other thing, and what are we going to eat next, and when will we eat next, and this and that, so many worries. So, but we see our problems, they are very, very minute, very, very insignificant problems. If we actually think about it, if we put it in comparison to the problems that Prahlad Maharaj he was facing, right? Being cooked in boiling oil and being trampled under the feet of huge elephants, small little boy, and like that, being pierced with spears and cut by swords, and this and that and the other thing. So our problems, they are very, very insignificant if we put it in comparison. So, following the footstep of Prahlad Maharaj and actually trying to engage the mind in this Shmaranam, in this remembering of the Lord, we can actually become completely free from our worries and become happy and start to actually engage wholeheartedly in the service of the Lord. So, Prabhupada he states very nicely in the purport here. He's quoting this verse 256, one who is not disturbed in spite of the threefold miseries, who is not elated when there is heaviness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger is called a sage of steady mind. In Prabhupada he explains, a devotee should not be agitated in an awkward position, nor should one feel extraordinarily happy in material opulence. This is the way of expert management of material life. So, we should try to come to this platform, not be aggrieved when we are put in an awkward position. That's difficult, but yeah, it's nice to remember. And so whenever we are placed in this awkward position, we should try not to be aggrieved, but just knowing that I've been put in this position by the Lord, and now I should deal with it for His pleasure. Yeah? So in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is explaining that if you simply depend upon me and work under my protection, then you will be able to cross over all the obstacles of material life. So Krishna, he says, you will be able to cross over the obstacles of material life. You don't say, if you depend upon me, there will be no obstacles. He doesn't say like that. He says you will be able to cross over. So just because we are working as devotees, trying to, then we should not think that there will not be obstacles. Obstacles, they will be there, and they are impetus for us to go deeper in our practice. So we should not think that the obstacles will not be there, but depending on the Lord, not being aggrieved in our awkward position, then we can cross over them. And the other side of the coin, one should not be extraordinarily happy in material opulence. If Krishna, he blesses us with a lot of favorable wind in the sails, then we should not think, oh, I am getting this fortune because of my previous pious activities. It is not because of our previous pious activities. If we are granted material opulence, it is simply Krishna who is giving us facility to engage this material opulence in His service. So, in terms of, like, we have a preaching movement here, we want to see results. So we want to see things growing, we want to see the temple become prosperous, we want to see so many visitors coming, taking up devotional service. We see improvements, skylights, this and that. So in this way we're trying to make a very nice atmosphere here for cultivating Krishna consciousness, but that should not be the sole aim, that we just want to improve the facilities. Actually, one of my godbrothers, he asked my spiritual master a nice question. He asked, we are supposed, as devotees, to be patient. At the same time, we should be very ambitious to execute the orders of the spiritual master and like that. So how to do that? How to be patient and at the same time you want to see results. So that was his question. And my spiritual master, he analyzed, he asked, what kind of results is it you want to see? So he was thinking, what kind of results do I want to see? I guess I want to see the results of my preaching. So Sangashan Prabhu, he chastised him and he said, wait a minute, stop a second, think about it. You are not aiming high enough. Because if you simply want to see the results of your preaching, then you are on the materialistic platform. Because maybe we think we are very, very big personalities. We are big personalities. So because I am a big personality and because I am in this Hare Krishna movement, then the Hare Krishna movement needs to be very, very, very big to be a suitable atmosphere for my great personality. Like that. So but that is just, we carry our materialistic conditioning into the Hare Krishna movement like that. So he said that you are not aiming high enough. You should aim to become a pure devotee of the Lord and to awaken your dormant love of Godhead. if that is our aim, then surely results of preaching, they will come as a secondary thing. And also in this connection, I asked the question, Srila Prabhupada, when he was in Sri Vrindavan, he was so anxious to preach. And we know these past times, he was sweeping in front of Rupa Goswami's samadhi at night while no one saw it. And he was simply crying, I want to preach, I want to preach, I want to preach, please, Rupa Goswami, bless me that I will be able to go to the West and to preach. So, not that he made a show out of it, going around in like midday when everyone saw it, and at night. But someone they saw it and they reported that this was the mood of Srila